Yo, have you heard about Anchor? It's the easiest way to make a podcast. Let me explain. It's free. There's creation tools that allow you to record and edit your podcast right from your phone or computer. Anchor will distribute your podcast for you so it can be heard on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and many more. You can make money from your podcast with no minimum listenership. It's everything you need to make a podcast in one place. Download the free Anchor app or go to anchor.fm to get started. Welcome, everyone, to the L7C Podcast Wrestling Edition. Today, we are going to be reviewing NXT Takeover number 36 that just went down this past Sunday. You already know this guy, Mr. Consistent, Jacob Mason. How are you doing today, sir?
I'm fantastic, buddy. How are you doing today?
I'm doing well, thank you. And then we still have the captain because it's been a big wrestling week. He's still with us. Byron Mitchell, how are you doing today, sir?
Oh, I'm doing good today.
You sound more happier about Takeover than you did SummerSlam. And make sure you listen to SummerSlam to see how Byron's feeling.
That's because I definitely enjoyed Takeover more than I did SummerSlam. But again, you have to listen to the podcast to see why.
Respect. Let's get right into it. Takeover was on Sunday. For the first time, they were I guess you want to call it main event of the weekend, whatever. It was on the Sunday. They had a couple of matches. We're going to go over them, give our thoughts, give our overall opinions of Takeover, and then go from there. And let's start off with the opening match of Takeover for the $1 Million Championship. LA Knight champ versus Cameron Grimes with Ted DiBiase. Cameron was Knight's butler, and if Grimes would have lost again, then the $1 Million Man, Ted DiBiase, would have been the butler. This was a pretty back and forth attire. Grimes, defeated Knight by pinfall, win the championship. This was the opening match. Me personally, I thought it was actually a very great opening match to start Takeover to get people invested. Byron, what did you think of this match?
I missed the first part of the match, but I rewatched it today, and I agree. It was a very back and forth match. I think it was a great opening match for Takeover to set the pace for the rest of the night. I enjoyed it. I thought the right man won. I think it was time for Grimes to shoot to the moon. They picked him. I think we all picked him to win. So go us. Good job, WWE. Great match.
Jacob, what did you think of the match?
I enjoyed this match. I think it was a great way to kick off NXT Takeover. Nice, light-hearted match with the right person going over. Cameron Grimes to the freaking moon. So happy for that guy. That's it. What you got to say?
True that. Great match to start. Let's go to the next match. Jacob, your best friend, you call her Miss Bland, Raquel Gonzalez, versus Dakota Kai. Gonzalez defeated Kai by pinfall to retain the championship. So looks like she's still going to be staying in NXT. What'd you think of the match?
I thought it was a pretty bland match, and it was a very predictable match. I watched it. I wasn't that impressed with it. It was things special, just like our NXT Women's Champion.
Byron, what'd you think of the match?
I actually enjoyed the match. I think they put on a great match. Definitely was back and forth. Dakota Kai is known for her kicks, and she showcased them throughout the match. I think she did a good job. I really thought she was going to win. I was kind of hoping she would win because I thought Raquel Gonzalez was going to go get called up to the main roster, but I'm not mad that Raquel won. Like I said, great match. Hopefully, she can put on another good match against Kaylee Ray because I feel like that's her next opponent after she showed up after the match. So I'm not sure where Dakota Kai goes from here. Maybe she'll get called up to the main roster, but I think they both put on a good performance.
Yeah, Gonzalez versus Kaylee Ray is going to be very interesting because Kaylee Ray was dominating over there at NXT UK. So having her come here, it's going to be very, very interesting. I think the only knock on Gonzalez is that she is the champion who is like right after Io and Rhea Ripley, because both of them were very good NXT champs. And obviously we know the history of the NXT championship, the women. So Raquel is just like, but hopefully now this rivalry with Kaylee Ray will spice her up a bit. Byron,
there's a word for that.
What is it?
Bland.
Byron, man, next matchup had my house going crazy. Even the casual fans, you already know. NXT UK Championship, take it away. This was your man. Go ahead.
Walter versus Ilja Dragunov. What a fucking match. From start to finish, it was hard-hitting. Both men got in some great offense. Walter tore Ilja's chest up. It was like super red around the neck area on the chest. It looked awful. They both went to war, and Ilja came out on top. Long reign the Czar, like you said in our group chat and multiple group chats. That was match of the year, match of the night. It was a great match. I actually rewatched it today again, and I had the same emotions that I felt when watching it live. Just classic match from start to finish. Both looked impressive. Both looked great. Good way to put over a new champion. The fans were in it. Yeah, great match.
Ended Walter's 853-day reign.
I think it was 870.
870. I know it was over 800, which she is almost 3 freaking years.
Yeah.
Like, holy. Jacob, man, what'd you think of the match?
Oh, this match saved NXT Takeover, in my opinion, right here. I love this match. How Ilja Dragunov survived that match, because anytime Walter hits someone with a chop, there's always that potential of the match ending or this man dying in front of us. I'm entertained either way, but man, it was such a good match. I mean, the whole time, anytime Walter threw a chop or anything, it was always like, and that was us in our household the whole time. But it was great. I loved it. I mean, what a freaking match. There's nothing bad to say about that match at all.
Yeah, I'm ditto with both of you guys, and especially with you, Jacob. I don't know how Ilja survived. I really don't.
Right.
Because when we were watching here, and like, I guess the more casual person here, shout out to Chelsea Hepper, she was just like, wait, is he going to die? Because when you saw his chest and it was so red, and then like when everyone's casual on the couch, just laying down, talking about some other stuff. And then once the super casuals get invested and they do the sit up and they're like, hold on, whoa. And I was looking around, I was just like, oh, yep, they got the girls into the match. This is something. And then when he won, everyone was like, good for him. He deserves it. He's been working towards this moment, even though they've never watched this dude in their lives. They could just tell he's been working for it. But man, it was definitely the best match WWE's had all year. I personally think this is my current match of the year overall in all promotions, because there's nothing bad about it. And like, shout out to Walter, man. This dude, he really just beats people's asses.
Yes.
And my greatest praise for him is that I pray he stays in the UK and doesn't come to the main roster. Just saying.
I don't know how to tell you that he's coming to the main roster without telling you he's coming to the main roster.
No, stay over in the UK, because God, it's things. Vince can't touch you over there. Only Hunter can. Next up, the undisputed finale: Kyle O'Reilly versus Adam Cole. 3 matches. They had the regular match, street fight, steel cage. O'Reilly beat Cole, scored 2-1. And this is the last time, as also Adam Cole's contract expired. And currently, I guess technically he's still a free agent. Byron, what did you think about the undisputed finale?
I thought it was another good match. These two really know how to work well together. I called it that Kyle will go up one, then Adam Cole will win, and then Kyle, win the last one. I thought it was a good match. I didn't find anything wrong with it. There were some great spots, like in a steel cage match where I think it was Kyle tried to do the diving knee, but Adam Cole rolled out the way, then tried to do the last shot. Then Kyle ducked and then hit him with the last shot. I thought that was a great sequence between the two. I enjoyed the match from start to finish.
My only problem, I guess, with the match, that was right after the UK Championship match.
Yeah.
That was the thing for me. I was so high on the UK Championship match. I'm just like, oh, I just wanted Walter and Ilja to fight forever.
Yeah.
Now it's over. Now, no, I mean, Adam and Kyle to fight. It was just, it always sucks when a match if you weren't expected to steal the show, actually really steals the show, and you have to follow that up. So that was my only thing with it. Jacob, what did you think of the match?
So the match was great. It's a very, very good, very solid match. Up until the ending. The ending was absolute shit. I'm not a fan of this ending. The fans weren't a fan of this ending because they were chanting bullshit.
We had the girls were not a fan too because they were just like, wait, he's handcuffed. How's he gonna win?
Well, forget that noise. Like you can have him go over, but I mean, it was so abrupt. It was very, very abrupt. It didn't. You can't end this massive rivalry with just a quick, that's it, done, tap, over. You can't end it like that. Also, what really, me and my wife were just complaining up a storm about this, was the fact that Adam Cole's he's in the getting submitted or whatnot, but he's got a kendo stick.
Yeah.
Not 3 inches from his hand. You mean to tell me he can't just reach over, grab that, and start hitting Kyle O'Reilly in the head with it? How do you? The ref should have kicked it away. Adam should have pushed away. Something should have happened. The camera should have been changed. Where my visual is looking at Adam Cole and a kendo stick right there. I didn't like the ending. The fans didn't like the ending. Good match, shitty ending. That's where I'm at.
Fair enough. And then we already are at the main event of NXT Takeover. Karrion Kross, the champ, versus Samoa Joe. Wrestling for, God, it feels like he's not wrestled in like 2 years, Samoa Joe. But Samoa Joe beats Kross on the Muscle Buster, which, as Byron said when he happened, is like, man, I haven't seen this in forever.
Yeah, the last time he did it, he injured, what is his name?
Tyson Kidd.
Yep, Tyson Kidd.
Mm-hmm. So Karrion Kross championship reign's over. Doesn't look like he's going to be having a rematch because currently Karrion Kross is looking like a off-brand Power Rangers villain on Raw. So, Byron, what did you think of the match and Joe winning?
Oh, of course I wanted Joe to win because Samoa Joe's a badass. He looked great, not having wrestled in probably over a year, 2 years. He looked great. Karrion Kross looked good. I was very shocked to see him hit the Muscle Buster since I know he hasn't done it since injuring Tyson Kidd, but he looked great doing the Muscle Buster. I really thought he was going to submit Karrion Kross, but they probably didn't want him to do that, so Karrion Kross looked strong on Raw, even though he looked like a used Power Ranger villain, like you said. But I thought it was a good match from start to finish. I think they put on a great show. The story build up to it was even great as well. I didn't have any problems with it. Great job, Joe, for being a historic 3-time NXT champion.
Jacob, what'd you think of the match?
So, of course, I wanted Karrion to go over because I don't want Karrion to go to the main roster. I'm going to save the main roster Monday Night Raw fiasco for at the end of this. The match was good, though. The match was a very good, very solid match, very hard hitting. But you start off the match and there's already bullshit. Right off the rip, before the bell rings, here enters Karrion Kross in his entrance. Where the hell's Scarlett?
Yeah. That's what
I was wondering. You folks were wondering. My wife was wondering. The crowd was chanting Scarlett.
Mm-hmm.
How do you do Karrion Kross that dirty? You've already done him super dirty. How are you going to keep doing him dirty like this? But okay, that's fine, whatever. But then in the middle of the match, you got people chanting Jeff Hardy.
Mm-hmm.
Poor Karrion Kross. I feel for the guy because the guy should be just an uber dominating heel badass. You know, people should fear him like people used to fear Kane back in the day. Mm-hmm. Unfortunately, due to a lack of decent writing, we now have people chanting Jeff Hardy in the middle of Karrion Kross matches. Thanks, Vince, you dick.
You know, Jacob, it's funny you brought that up too, because it might have been a couple months ago, when he beat Finn Balor, me and you talked about how we were nervous about him coming up because he's literally everything Vince McMahon wants. Tall, big, strong. His wife's fucking gorgeous. So you have that too. And then we're just like, oh, Vince is going to get this guy and ruin him. And then Scarlett's nowhere to be found. He has the mask on because apparently I read something today that he has the mask on so it helps sell toys for when his Karrion Kross toy comes out. Because I saw that shit, but we saw it coming. Again, L7C podcast saw it coming. Just didn't see it. We didn't see him losing to Jeff Hardy. That's something we did not foresee in the past, and that's what really started the ruin.
No, predicted him to lose to the demon Finn Balor. That's what we predicted.
That's true. That's true.
Yeah.
All right, so let's talk about that Karrion Kross statement that he put out today, because the heat is real right now with the fans and Karrion Kross, because this gimmick of him coming out wearing a mask looking like Axe and Smash from the 1980s. Like this, God, it's so bad. Like how WWE handed him paper, said, type this out, put it on your Instagram. Thank you. You know, he doesn't like that. There's no way he likes that. Nobody could like this gimmick he's going into. It's just like being called Dewdrop.
Oh, God.
You know, nobody likes that. Piper Niven doesn't like that. This is bad. You're being forced to say some shit like, oh, no, it's okay. I'm going to sell toys. Woo. You shouldn't give a shit about those kids. Quote Brock Lesnar. I mean, who cares about the toys? Who cares? I mean, the guy just came out. All right. He just came out with a badass looking like metal band shirt. It says like Kross Call or whatnot, or Karrion Call or whatever it is. But he's over here talking about, he's got a shirt that says a cult. He wants a cult. But he's worried about selling toys? Come on. How does this work? Makes no sense.
You tell us, man. You tell us. And then he was back on
Vince
the main
logic.
roster. He was on the roster Monday and he tapped out Ricochet. So,
oh God! Well, thank God he took out Ricochet. Thank goodness.
But I'll be interested to see who Joe's next opponent is, though, as NXT is going on at time of recording.
Yeah, I don't know what they're doing with Karrion Kross or Keith Lee for that matter.
Screw it. What happens to Adam Cole, boys? Let's talk about it.
I don't know.
Oh, if that deal was serious, he's going to stay with WWE. AEW is not going to pay him $1 million a year.
But yeah, WWE doesn't have a budget for $1 million.
Well, they have. First of all, it's something what my dad always said. People have money for things they want.
Mm-hmm.
If they want Adam Cole, and that thing months ago that we reported, they will pay that $1 million a year.
Yeah.
Now does Adam Cole want to be paid $1 million to be at WWE and not have a direct plan? I don't know. Does he want to go to AEW, be closer to his girlfriend, do that? I don't know. Like, I have no idea. So I'd keep it off. If I'm WWE, I don't say shit and have him be, I don't know, surprise the world and have him win the Royal Rumble or something.
That could happen.
Yeah.
Like shock the system.
That would work. I mean, if he does not go, you got to figure if he's coming back, he's going onto the main roster.
Yes.
Right.
He's not going to stay in NXT.
He's not going back to NXT. No. He's done everything there.
Let's say he doesn't go to the main roster. Let's say he goes to AEW. That proves one thing and one thing only. That these NXT superstars who are the top of professional wrestling has absolutely no faith in the main roster because they have seen so many people before them show up and get absolutely shit on over and over again. Because if allegedly he had a one-on-one meeting with Vince McMahon, allegedly for $1 million contract or whatnot, let's say that's real. If you're talking millions of dollars, I got to feel like everything's being thrown out there. I think you have to have that conversation with Vince. Like, dude, yeah, that's great. You want to pay me $1 million, but you're going to make me look like shit for $1 million. Now, me, on the hand, I will gladly take $1 million. You can make me look like shit all you want. I could care less. But I guess if you're Adam Cole and you have, a legit following and a very good background, and you just don't want your brand to get shit on. I mean, you'd have to have that conversation, right?
You do, but I guess with money, we'll just go back to someone, I don't want to say they're the same level, but someone we thought was definitely going to leave, and they got a contract, and they have not been seen. Cesaro. We all thought he was gone. And he re-signed that. It wasn't just a 1 year, it was a multi-year thing. He had his one thing with Roman, lost, had his WrestleMania thing against Seth, won, then the rest lost. I don't remember the last time I saw him on TV.
Cesaro straight up Dolph Ziggler did.
Well,
Dolph, I think he's only been there for the money for like the past 8 years.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, hey, I could sit back in catering, make maybe $600K to $1 million a year. Okay.
All day.
Yeah.
Wrestle a couple house shows. I mean,
win a random tag team title, randomly. Why not every now and then?
get a big spot by getting speared by Goldberg.
Yeah.
I mean, that's easy work. But now, Jacob, I'm with you, man, because if you're offering someone $1 million, you're not offering someone $1 million to be like a low tier person on the roster.
No. You offer them $1 million so you can become a superstar.
Like, I want to see my storylines for the next 2 years.
Yeah.
If we're doing these contract negotiations, what am I doing the next 2 years? Who am I doing it with? And if this falls out, what's the plan B? Mm-hmm. I'm having that conversation. Why not? Because if not, he's going to go to AEW because every single person on AEW right now is teasing Adam Cole now. That's just the thing.
Yes, they are.
Kenny Omega, the Young Bucks.
Fat Ass Massa from being the Elite. For those who do not follow him, everybody's posting about Adam Cole. I mean, there's history there. He has Britt Baker there. Mm-hmm. I mean, it's a win-win. That's it.
I agree. I mean, I'm not seeing. Obviously, everyone knew his contract was ending at midnight, and they're getting the hype train. Like, hey, come on over here, man. We're your friends. We'll treat you better. I mean, even though NXT Adam Cole is, top 2 greatest NXT people of all time. Like, when all 4 of them had the fucking titles, as Byron said, that was probably one of the realest times in NXT.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, for sure.
It's the Undisputed Era. All titles. Solid.
When they were fucking shit up at War Games, when they were fucking shit up at Survivor Series, like, Adam Cole was really out there just beating the shit out of everybody.
I mean, you gotta put him on the men's. Oh God, do you put him on just the men's Mount Rushmore of NXT, or do you put him on the just plain Mount Rushmore of NXT?
Holy shit! Well,
definitely men's.
Definitely on the men's, but if you just do the men's and women's, I don't think you put Adam Cole on that Mount Rushmore.
Well, since we're spitting off the cuff now because TakeOver was literally 5 matches.
All right, here we go.
So, overall, NXT Mount Rushmores, men and women?
Yeah.
Right? Okay.
Hmm.
Finn.
Absolutely.
I think you have to put Samoa Joe up there.
Oh man, fuck, dude. Do I put Samoa Joe over Tommaso Ciampa?
I'm not. Because listen, I don't care what anybody says. The Johnny Gargano Tommaso Ciampa feud was the best. The best feud.
Ciampa was the best heel in NXT history.
That is true.
He's been the best. I'll go one further. Ciampa's the best heel in the past 5 years. He had legit.
I'd go 10. I'd go 10.
Well, there you go.
So that's 2.
Asuka, you have to.
Asuka, I have to. She left the thing undefeated. Left the title there. Said peace out.
That's
3 spots already.
Dang.
And the 4th spot is always the one everyone debates in any Mount Rushmore.
I gotta put Johnny Gargano on there.
Johnny Russ.
I gotta go. Johnny Wrestling is my number 4 spot.
He has had the most takeover matches.
He's Mr. Takeover.
Mr. Takeover has great matches at every single takeover. I haven't seen a bad wrestling match from him.
But what if I'm gonna throw out a name for them young people who might not know because they see him on SmackDown and he's poo, but NXT Sami Zayn was their John Cena.
Yeah, I don't think he's going. I can't put him above Johnny Gargano though.
I don't know, man. His matches with Neville and
Knock and KO were
his match with Knock was great, but his championship run, I mean, it abruptly ended when Kevin Owens decided to murder him.
That's
true. I feel like he wasn't an NXT champion that long either.
He wasn't. He took it from Neville. And then Kevin Owens came out and was like, "Oh, hey, bud, congratulations!" And powerbomb.
There was Kevin. There's Johnny. There's Samoa Joe. I mean,
Well, Adam and Johnny are the only Grand Slam champions, right?
Oh, there's Adam. I forgot about we were talking about that. Yeah, I think so.
I don't know. Johnny Gargano has brought out more emotions, I would say, in more NXT matches than anyone else. I mean, for example, my wife cried, and sorry, Hannah, but my wife cried when Johnny Gargano lost to Andrade Cien Almas. Like, cried, not happy. She was so fucking pissed off. Why they always shitting on my Johnny, blah, 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 blah. And I was like, that is like, she was I just got her into wrestling. She's like, I like Johnny Gargano. Yeah, no, that girl was pissed. She was not happy. There's been no other wrestlers to do that.
Byron, who would you go for the 4th spot? Jacob's going Johnny. I'm still trying to think because it's Adam, Johnny. Too. I'm honestly almost tempted to put Bayley. I'm not even going to lie. Because Bayley was carrying that shit when her 3 other sisters left.
That's true. That is true.
She was carrying it alone, putting on 4-star matches with the freaking Iconics. No offense to them. Gotta clarify this. Are we just talking about NXT overall in the States before the marks come at us on our accounts?
Are we going to put NXT UK up there?
Well, I'm just asking. If we're just clarifying for United States.
Because if we're putting UK up there, it has to be Walter.
Then Walter have to be on there.
I'm just saying NXT America.
Okay. There were. I think fuck, man. I think I'd go.
I'm torn between Adam and Samoa Joe.
I feel like I'd go Adam 4, Johnny 5, Bayley 6, and then Samoa 7. Those would be my 3 out. Because Bayley was carrying that shit, man.
She was like,
man, life was good. Bayley was carrying it. Charlotte wasn't running shit. Life was good.
Dude, NXT back I want to say back in the day, but it was only like a couple years ago. Was just so fucking next level.
Life was good.
Not to quote Enzo Amore here, but he was completely right when he said NXT was the alternative to WWE.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
he's right.
And he was 100% right.
Like, you want to talk about emotions? Like, there was Bailey Sasha NXT freaking Brooklyn.
yes.
Like, I that was the hottest. That was the beginning of seeing like crowds super hot for women's matches.
Yep.
Like, it's just like, man, life was good, man. Charlotte had one title, was just NXT champ. Then she lost to Sasha. Life was great.
Oh,
Life was great. But NXT is just one of my favorite shows. Like, their takeovers are always good. I can't remember a bad takeover that they've had. Like, I can remember bad WWE pay-per-views, but I can't remember a bad takeover.
Even when they're bad, they're still great. That's the problem. It's like
they're better than the next pay-per-view. They're better than the WWE pay-per-view that comes after it the next day every time. But this man and NXT too, we always when we knew their time was up to go to the main roster, I was never like, oh, what is NXT going to do? Dude, they're just going to reload.
Yeah.
WWE, someone leaves, we're just like, shit, this is actually problematic. Who do we got? Like, I don't know, man. That's tough. And then I guess men's, I just do Finn, Joe. No, because I go Finn, Johnny, Adam, and Ciampa. I keep leaving Joe out. It makes me feel bad because he's a 3-time champ. But I cannot leave Tommaso Ciampa off. He was running that shit.
He was.
Him and Goldie.
Yep, Goldie.
Daddy's home.
Daddy. Yeah. And the fact that his thing ended abruptly on an injury, I will never forgive the wrestling gods for that one.
Yeah. He was red hot.
Remember when he didn't even have a theme song? He just came out to everyone just calling him like shit bag and everything else. He should have never got a theme song.
NXT Takeover Chicago, that first match with that unsanctioned match between him and Johnny Gargano is one of my favorite takeover matches. Where he just comes out and everyone's like, "Fuck you, Ciampa." Fuck you, Ciampa. I might have to watch that after this.
It's wild, man. It's they've done some great things. And again, like I always say, man, don't fire the people. Just send them back to NXT. Let them reinvent themselves.
Yeah.
Drew McIntyre, when he got fired from WWE, went on the independent circuit, then found his way, like Jacob said, the alternative, NXT. He won that NXT title. We're like, oh, shit. Yeah. Drew's so much better than he was when he was the chosen one.
Shit, do you remember back when they used to have like all the random, like the new signings would always
loved it every time. Loved it.
Mm-hmm.
I remember Bobby Roode's first takeover with the Glorious, and he's coming down. Oh, man.
Yes.
Oh, my gosh, man. Aleister Black's thing life was so good.
Oh, my God. Aleister Black was so hard.
Like,
I know, I'm not sure if we're supposed to say his name or not, but Aleister Black and Velveteen Dream had one of the best matches ever.
Mm-hmm.
Velveteen Dream was going to be next up if it wasn't for a situation.
Yeah.
That was a shit, man. Oh, God help us.
Outside of the shit show, Velveteen Dream was amazing.
Oh, yeah. So then, who'd you guys who'd you do for the women?
Asuka, Bailey,
Ember Moon.
Yeah.
Ember Moon. I'll agree with that. Or
in that fourth spot, is it Io or is it like?
I'd say Sasha.
But Io was dominating.
I know.
He did beat. Well, I guess Sasha beat Charlotte as well. But
2019, Rhea Ripley was the hottest thing in wrestling besides Becky Lynch.
Who do you throw on that fourth spot?
That's tough.
And if I don't think about it, I just say Sasha. But if I start to think about it, I'm like,
Io has a say. Even though she's never won an individual title, her contributions, Candice LeRae, I mean, she's been there for a minute.
She doesn't deserve to be on the Mount Rushmore. I'm a fucking Candace fan. I'm a massive Candace mark. And I'm like, nah, not even close.
I think it might have to go to Io.
Because I really did.
No offense to Sasha.
I really liked NXT Rhea Ripley.
Yeah,
she was really good.
She had a quite hot year. Then had to challenge Charlotte.
I'm just trying to think.
Yeah, but before Charlotte took that title from her, man, that was fucking awesome when she showed up. It was like, fucking challenge me. I'm NXT. That was awesome.
That was awesome.
But stupid.
But yeah.
Because we all knew what it was.
Yeah, but that was one of the few times, like, honestly, I know it was Charlotte, but at the same time, it's like, man, does Charlotte really want to get the NXT title?
Mm-hmm.
Like, that even put my disbelief a little bit, because it's Charlotte, so you really can't be that much in disbelief.
Mm-hmm.
But you still like, maybe? You know?
Oh, we're not even going back. Do we think of people like the first, I guess, Emma Page? Like, any of them?
Shit, Paige, that's your number 4, hands down, Paige.
The very first one, like I'm going back to from their first, like when it was Paige.
Forget Emma, Paige. Paige was the hottest shit.
Yeah.
Because even when she debuted, people were like, "Oh shit, it's Paige!" Like people knew, like they were pushing the shit out of her.
Mm-hmm.
I forgot about Emma Page.
Before she got Del Rio'd.
Oh
God.
She actually shouted out my guy Cena's like my eternal rival. I said, to who? You know what's this wrong? I was like, I was like, bro, I've watched like every John Cena match in my life. You two are not eternal rivals. Stop. Sidetracking from that. But yeah, Paige, like I had to think back to the very beginnings.
Good job, Martin.
She's up there, man. I wish she'd be able to come back. That'd be hell.
Yeah.
Oh, that'd be big.
I mean, if Edge can come back, maybe.
Yeah, if her and Daniel Bryan can come, Edge and Daniel Bryan can come back, anything's possible.
That is true. That is true. So when's Daniel? Well, side noting again, when's Daniel Bryan showing up on AEW? That's be before.
Yeah, wasn't it like September 20 something? Like
September like 22nd. He'll I think they're in New York.
And then Adam Cole will be January if he goes there.
You watch, they'll save it because both WWE and AEW are going to be like teasing the shit out of it, like around Rumble time.
And then Braun Strowman's non-compete should be done soon. So should the Iconics.
Iconics should be someone else who got recently fired.
Yeah. But back on topic, guys. NXT's had some great fucking people, man. When they've been allowed to do whatever the hell they want, and Vince doesn't care about them because he wasn't paying attention, but everyone else was paying attention. You just saw how hard it was to do a Mount Rushmore of just NXT people. We almost forgot a founder in Paige. Yeah. Like, that's how great the women of NXT have been. And, we're talking about men leaving off a 3-time, but Byron has him on his, but me and Jacob had him on the outside looking in, leaving a 3-time champ Samoa Joe out because of how good these other guys have been.
NXT, man, never change.
Oh,
it's about to.
I know.
Let's be real.
Well, Byron, you called him stupid, and man, God works in mysterious ways. And we're recording this on the man's birthday. It's a Kennedy McMahon's birthday is today.
Oh yeah.
But
happy birthday, I guess.
Hey, but people said if it wasn't for him, we would not be as passionate as we are about wrestling, which is I think is fact.
That
because he makes us super happy or super pissed, no in between.
I will give that man respect over the last few years. Well, not last few years, like however long WWE has been around. He has had some great moments. There have been some great wrestlers because of Vince McMahon. But also has been some shit because of Vince McMahon. But I will give credit where it is due.
When you guys hear the SummerSlam podcast audience and you hear us really just, man, I don't know if we've ever had a hotter podcast than that SummerSlam one. But now just you'll get a little spoiler because the day after recording, SummerSlam broke all the fucking records. And I'm sitting here, I was like, damn, they really just milked the udders of Summer of Cena. And it just came out and got all the money. And we're just sitting back here like SummerSlam was average at maximum, if that. Yeah. And they broke financial records again.
Yeah, and get used to seeing more and more part-timers. That's what this
because of that.
Yeah,
because of that, you had Goldberg, you had Cena, and then you brought in Brock Lesnar at the end. Congratulations! As much as we hate it, damn, do those casuals watch for the part-timers.
Well, at least Cena, when he comes back, does all the house shows, though.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, for sure. Cena's the most active part-timer you could get, but Goldberg, meh.
Yeah. Mm-mm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ponytail Brock, I'll take it, but
we'll see.
I really hope he keeps a ponytail.
Beard and ponytail? Oh, yeah, hell yeah.
We'll see, man. We'll see. It rocks up. But guys, that's it for the NXT. Anything else we want to hit on before we sign off? We've recorded almost 7 hours of wrestling content in the past 2 weeks.
Man, what a time to be a wrestling fan. You got CM Punk coming back.
Mm-hmm.
Edge just putting on hell of the matches. John Cena put on a great match at SummerSlam. Brock Lesnar is back now.
Like, what do we do? Like, man, we're going to be going back to our regular 2 hours a week. Our captain's going to be leaving the wrestling for a bit because he'll be starting his college football and all that. So it'll be back to just me and Jacob. And anytime me and Jacob are like, it's a slow week, then everything explodes. Every time. Never fails.
Back to it. Let the wrestling gods frown upon us.
Never freaking fails. I mean, I think the first. So Jacob. Charlotte, I know we hate talking about her, but she did Renee's podcast on Saturday, live and in person. Yeah. And then she said, and I think this was a message to Vince, John Cena better not break my dad's thing before I do. I was like, I was cool until you brought my man's name out your mouth, bitch. But listen, now I have a problem.
Now we have a problem.
We've been saying this.
Oh, I know we've been saying it, but she must have listened to the podcast because we might have given her the idea. But now listen, for you to, and guys, another spoiler on the SummerSlam one, if you haven't listened to it, we actually really try and think math-wise if she could get 16 by the end of 2022. And the answers of doing math will shock you. So be on the lookout for that part of the podcast.
Charlotte, whatever. She was probably going to get to 17 before John does.
Oh, I've already talked to God about it. That's happening. It's like I've already repented and I've come to terms with that a lot. I came to terms with that when she beat Asuka on that random ass SmackDown for no reason.
Is that the one where she was in the back saying like, I really needed this and was crying? Was that the one? Oh yeah. That was when I lost all respect for Charlotte. Like I had like very little, but after that I was like, kiss my ass. Oh, I really needed this and it's been so hard. Like, oh man, your life just must be just terrible.
The funny thing about that is she killed the whole SmackDown's WrestleMania division, women's division, because she took that title from Asuka, like literally the week of WrestleMania.
Oh, and at the podcast, besides the John Cena bit, Jake.
I was just about to mention this.
Go ahead, Byron. Go ahead.
She literally had the fucking nerve to say is that she helps these girls out. When? Tell me when, Charlotte. Have you helped anyone besides yourself? I can't see it.
Yeah, well, who knows? Maybe Alexa Bliss's superpowers might finish her off for a week. And then she'll take the belt back at Survivor Series.
Yeah, she helps him out all right.
But guys, we covered a lot of wrestling stuff. We've covered some historic stuff, Punk's return, all of that. We've on the L7C thing, and 2 days from now is going to be the L7C's 1 year anniversary. Everyone knows the first episode was Mitch's about Dragon Ball. The second episode was Jacob, NXT, and SummerSlam review. So since it's getting close to your year anniversaries and the L7C, Jacob, how do you feel, man? 1 year later, covering wrestling, and you've covered some big moments.
Oh, I mean, it's great because it kind of gives us an outlet more than our group chat or like our chat that we've had for years. I mean, so it's a nice outlet, you know. We had to come on here and, you know, we get to talk about Tessa Blanchard. Where you at, girl? And
There it is.
I realized we're getting towards the end of the podcast. I'm like, I gotta shout her out. But no, dude, it's great. Mr. Consistent over here. That's what we do.
What do you think are the 3 biggest things you've covered in the year?
Oh God, for me, the Bray Wyatt one was big, but that's just because I'm just such a mark for Bray Wyatt.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know that. I don't know. Like that Royal Rumble one we did at the beginning of the year.
The preview was fire.
Yeah,
Dude, that was so good. Just like, you know, listening to how we've grown and everything, and you know, also doing our podcast now on Zoom instead of the other one where it's constantly falling out.
It's still there. It was our beginning steps, but I think for me, Jacob, besides, I mean, now we covered CM Punk returning after 7 years. How about that? But
Yeah.
I think the biggest thing is when me and you literally, while recording, broke the news of the third-party ban. I think that's the biggest thing we've covered.
yeah,
Yeah. Yeah, because that went on for months, essentially.
We're literally on air, recording live. Get this update like, holy shit, WWE just banned. And you were like, yeah, we just went right there. Like we were breaking it down live.
Yeah. Yeah, That went on for freaking months. You know. Shout out Lana, by the way. I do miss our constant talks of Lana.
I actually said I missed her on Sunday because I was like, damn.
he did.
I was like, damn, I really miss Lana. Like, what are we doing here? It's probably because I was getting mad at Eva Marie. And I was like, at least Lana's out there freaking trying. And then she gets her ass whooped. Eva Marie's on the SummerSlam card over like 40 other people I can name who should be on it. Yeah, man. We've covered a lot of good shit for the past year. Byron, what about you, man? What are some top moments from the wrestling pods? Because I know you listen to them.
Top moments, definitely the CM Punk return. That was definitely top 3. Like Jacob said, that Royal Rumble preview, just me, Justin, and Jacob, and that's just Justin ranting about Goldberg will always be forever funny. I'm trying to think of what else have you guys covered that I've listened to. Oh, I'm gonna just start out there. The top 50 women lists.
Yes.
Oh,
yo, Jesus.
Can't wait for that top 50 men's list.
Oh my!
Oh my God! I already know. I'm just gonna need Justin's just gonna need to get the beep button ready because I already know what I'm about to see on that shit, and I'm gonna get so mad. Like they're gonna have like Roman Reigns at 4 and like Randy Orton at like 15, and I'm gonna explode.
Dude, first off, Roman Reigns is going to be top 3.
Get the fuck out of here.
Do you know he's going to be? It's going to be like Rock, Hogan, and like
Roman.
They'll have like Stone Cold as number 4. You watch.
I'll kill them all.
John Cena probably like 6 or 7.
What?
Not us. We're talking about Vince logic and whoever creates those top 50 lists.
If Roman Reigns is above fucking Randy Orton, even I thought I got mad when Sonya Deville was over Caitlyn. Sonya Deville hasn't done shit. And I don't even know how she's a... Oh, let me stop, because just listen.
You're already pissed off. It's all theoretical.
But no, I can see it happening, because now you guys are just planting that seed in my head, and like, oh, the disrespect around here. Seth Rollins will be like 7 over like Daniel Bryan. Like, oh,
yep.
Oh,
I can't wait, because I know they're going to do it soon.
They'll do it soon, because we got quiet. They did women, then they did tag teams. That one, oh God, that's gonna be rough. We might not even edit. We might just go live on YouTube for that fucking one. That's how bad it might.
The channel will get taken down. Like, we can do what we want on Zoom. YouTube's a whole different animal. No, we cannot do it on YouTube.
You don't want to see? You don't want to have our fans see the raw emotions live?
Oh man,
no, because it's gonna get shut down real quick.
You know what? If Jim Cornette can say whatever the hell he wants, I can too. Damn it.
We're not Jim Cornette though.
Well,
yeah, we are not.
That's true. He really called Brock Lesnar's wife an undercover hoe. Like, God, Jesus. On live camera. I was like, Jesus. But all right, y'all. 1 year of wrestling's about to be down by the time you listen to this. We have many more years to go. We're in the fall season, which means next big pay-per-view will be Survivor Series, but we still have some other stuff coming, and you know how it is, man. If you can't keep up with all the wrestling news, the L7C literally does it for you all the time. And with that being said, thank you all for listening to the L7C podcast. You guys take care.
Thank you for listening to this episode of the L7C podcast. Be sure to like, rate, review, and subscribe to the channel. Follow us on all social media platforms, and we'll be talking to you guys soon. Take care.